Welcome back to Snow Recaps. Today I will be explaining a movie called Awake, released in the year 2021. Former U.S. Army medic and recovering addict Jill Adams works as a security guard at a local college where she steals drugs from the research lab to sell. After her shift, she picks up her children, Noah and Matilda, from their grandmother, Doris. While driving, their car loses power and is hit by another car, sending it into a lake. Matilda drowns but is revived by a police officer who reveals that everything that uses electricity is malfunctioning. At the hospital, they learn that the coma patients have awoken. They return home, but Jill, Noah, and Doris are unable to sleep, and Noah says he sees shooting stars, which Jill explains are satellites. On her way to work, Jill observes that the whole neighborhood is awake. There, psychiatrist Dr. Murphy explains that people appear to be no longer able to fall asleep. Thus, they will soon suffer from the symptoms of sleep deprivation. The only known exception is an old woman who is being studied at a military base called the Hub. In the hopes of finding a cure for the condition, Jill remembers that Matilda can also fall asleep and she rushes home to find her, fearing that she will be taken to be studied, experimented on to find the cure as well, only to discover that she's at church. The pastor gives a sermon about Matilda being a beacon of hope and people want to sacrifice her. Jill and Noah arrive to get her, but the churchgoers, aside from Doris and the pastor, does not want to give up Matilda. After an officer shoots and kills the doctor with Jill, the people panic and Doris is able to hide Matilda away. Jill, Matilda, and Noah flee to the woods. They rush to a garage to find a car. Jill leaves the two outside while she enters the garage. Jill sees a guy dead on the floor and recognizes that it's the same guy, Brentley, the man she would sell the drugs to. She steals their car keys carefully and waits for them to leave. As the two men leaves with the car, she gets out from the garage taking their car and picks up Noah and Matilda. Noah tells Jill that they should bring Matilda to the Hub, and Jill eventually reluctantly agrees. At night, Noah sees Matilda peacefully sleeping and asks to himself, why her and not us? Jill sees a car badly crashed and gets out of her car to check it out. Jill sees it's the same car which the two men used to get out the garage. Jill steals their gun and gets back to her car. Later, it's the morning and they see a group of people standing in the middle of the road naked. They are stunned but keeps on driving. They reach a library. Jill tries to teach Matilda how to use a gun to prepare her for the possibility of living alone when everyone else has died from sleep deprivation. As Jill teaches Matilda how to use the gun, Matilda gets scared of the firing of gun and runs away, saying she can't do it. Noah comes from the same direction where Jill was shooting. Noah tells his mother if she tried to shoot at him, and Jill said that she thought Noah was at the car, not at the library. Later, Noah finds a map. Noah and Jill use the map to find out how to get to the Hub. While doing so, an escaped prisoner steals their car with Matilda in it. Other prisoners threaten Jill and Noah, but they are saved by the man who stole their car, Dodge. Later, Jill points the gun at Dodge and asks him questions and how did he escape the prison. Dodge says that the power went out so all the prison escaped, and so did he. Dodge stops the car and steals the gun from Jill and points it at her. Jill says that there are no bullets in the gun. Dodge doesn't believe her, so he gets out the car with the keys to check if the gun has the bullets. It has none. Later, they discover plane wreckage. Jill tells Matilda to suck on the pipe of the gas and transfer into the gas tank. While Jill and Matilda are busy, Noah and Dodge look for items they might need. Dodge asks Noah where their father is, and Noah tells him that he died in a war. Dodge finds new clothes there and gets happy. Dodge tells Noah how brave their mother is, and Noah tells him that she is trying her best to find a cure. After their search, they meet up with Jill and Matilda. Jill is still afraid of the Dodge, so she takes a hard steel rod for protection. Matilda asks Dodge if he's going to take their car, and Dodge says no, and that he's going to go along with them to find a cure. Dodge gives the gun to Jill back as she is much more hardcore. Later, Jill teaches Matilda to drive because she's the only one who has the energy to. While driving, Dodge talks about how he wants to burn all the books. He says how some people used to believe that the earth was flat and now people says that the earth is round. Noah says yes, the earth is round, and Dodge tells him to prove it. Noah says that the science proved it. Dodge says that when someone talks about something it becomes a fact, then they put it in the book. The book becomes a fact. Then no one understands it anymore and talks about it anymore. That's why he wants to burn the books. Matilda keeps getting distracted because of their talking, and Jill tells her to keep the eyes on the road and not get distracted. Jill tells Dodge to shut up as she's getting distracted. Dodge says that all this was taught by her grandmother and that he thinks she's onto something. While driving, they gets attacked by people. 4 of them try their best to free themselves from the people. Matilda drives the car further and they slowly gets rid of those people. They reach the hub. Dodge offers to stay, but Jill gives him the car and tells him to leave. Matilda says bye to Dodge. Dodge says goodbye to them and leaves. Matilda asks Jill why did they stop here, and Jill says that she is going to go first and see if the hub is safe. Jill tells Matilda that if she doesn't come back, she needs to stay in the house with Noah and wait for her to come back. Matilda disagrees. Jill tries to calm her down and tells her to hide with her brother from those dangerous men. Later, she washes her face with some water and quickly makes her way through the grass. She sees 2 soldiers, one man injecting meds to the other women to stay awake. A few soldier goes to check the bridge and see if it's clear or not, while Jill is standing underneath the bridge trying to look for a way how she can enter the hub. While walking, she finds some bullets. Finally, she sees the hub gate. Inside, she sees that there are lab workers and some soldiers working together. The soldiers enter a pin to get in through the gate. Jill learns the pin and gets inside. She sneaks in disguised as a lab worker to find the other woman who can sleep. She accidentally takes a lab report of some other lab worker and gives it back to him. It's hard for her to function as she didn't sleep for days. She asks him where the old lady is. Jill gets interrupted by a lab worker asking if she needs blood samples. Jill says she does need blood samples and proceeds. She finds her in very ill condition. She checks around to see if anyone is watching her. Jill is convinced there is no cure, so she begs the woman to raise Matilda. The woman says that she needs help and that she is in no condition to help anyone right now. The woman states she should have been dead months ago and that Jill is crazier than the rest of them. Jill is seen by Murphy and lies about wanting to be there to help. Jill asks if there is a cure and Murphy replies that it has been 5 days and there is no cure, and that the lab workers have been using a drug that helps the brain function to keep them going, but it is only temporary and causes neurological damage. Murphy says that if they don't find any cure, then they will all die and no one will survive. Murphy hugs Jill and tells her how glad she is that she came back. Jill gets out of the hub and to the bridge and worries about her family and the fact that there is no cure yet. Suddenly, she sees fireworks and a car that looks familiar. The car drives straight and gets stopped by the soldiers. The soldiers with guns threatens them to step out of the car. First, Dodge comes out with his arms raised, surrendering by kneeling down. Next comes Noah with his hand up and kneeling down in front of the soldiers. Later, Matilda comes out and tearfully admits she can sleep. The next day, Matilda asks if she can help, and the doctor responds that they need to find out what makes her special. She sees an ape who has been experimented on and sees that the ape doesn't fall asleep when given anesthetic gas. The doctor says that chimps were the only animals besides humans that can't sleep due to their biological closeness to us. They test the gas on Matilda and she falls asleep. Jill is handcuffed in a room where she experiences delirium. Murphy asks Jill why her daughter can sleep, and Jill begs Murphy to let Matilda go, but she insists that humanity's survival depends on her. She explains that the sleep disorder was caused by the same solar flare that knocked out power affecting humans' brains. Dodge is taken as a guard and is given stimulants. The woman who can sleep goes into cardiac arrest and dies. Murphy and the doctor tries to resuscitating her using a defibrillator, but they couldn't save her. Jill hallucinates that Noah is threatening to kill her. The real Noah is taken away to see if his brain is different than his sister's. Jill cries and begs them to not take her kids away from her. The soldiers then go insane and begin shooting everyone. Matilda gets scared of the gunshots and the doctor and Murphy tries to calm her down. Jill goes to rescue her daughter by freeing herself from the handcuffs. Murphy passes out due to the injection of the meds every day. The two run off together. Noah is hallucinating and cuts a wire, electrocuting himself. Jill and Matilda try resuscitating him using a defibrillator but are unsuccessful. In the next morning, it is shown that all the people in the hub died and dodged too. Jill is shown hugging her son Noah. Noah suddenly wakes up saying that he was dreaming. Jill cries in tears of happiness to see their children alive and not hurt. Another man with a gun tries to shoot at them, but Jill tells the man that she's a mother and that they are innocent. The man believes her and puts the gun down. Noah tells Jill that she was right about not wanting to go to the hub and that he knows she loves them and needs them. Matilda realizes the reason that she and Noah could sleep was because they had both temporarily died. They drown Jill in a lake. They resuscitate her and she awakens just as the camera zooms in on her eye. That was all from the video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe to Snow Recaps for more amazing movie recaps like this. Please leave a like to help us out. Also leave a comment if you want us to recap your video. Until next time, take care.